Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at noon.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Alexandra Carter. The Minnesota man accused in a 50-year-old murder case faces sentencing later today. 84-year-old John Miller allegedly killed Mary Shalais in 1974 after picking her up hitchhiking. DNA research solved the cold case decades later. The hearing starts at 2. A La Crosse man faces child pornography charges as a persistent repeater. Jonathan Statz is charged with 10 counts of possession of child pornography. He was arrested yesterday during a probation meeting after multiple cyber tips linked him to inappropriate messages. Investigators seized a tablet, they say, with over 1,000 images of child sexual abuse material. This follows previous arrests in 2021 for child pornography and 2023 for child trafficking. Eau Claire County drivers, get ready for some traffic changes on Interstate 94. Westbound lanes will shift to temporary median lanes from US 53 to Mallard Road. County Road J will close at the interstate starting next Monday and stay closed till July. The changes will allow crews to replace pavement and repair a bridge. And major road work expected to delay travel on Highway 16 in early April. Work on 16 between La Crosse Street and Valley View Mall will reduce lanes, that is, to two-way traffic. That'll start April 7th. The project expected to last through the summer and will address road resurfacing. Amtrak's Borealis riders will face some travel disruptions today. Train 1340 will be run by chartered buses due to corrosion issues found during inspections. Amtrak canceled Chicago and St. Paul lines yesterday after discovering equipment problems. Passengers can get refunds if they don't want to ride the replacement buses. Normal service is expected to resume tomorrow. Small communities like Fairchild are taking public safety into their own hands. Tonight at 6:30 at the community center, residents can learn about the upcoming referendum to add a full-time police officer. The vote would increase the tax levy to fund a new position. Voters will make that decision at the polls on April 1st. And La Crosse voters can cast their ballots today till 4 at City Hall or at the Moob Cultural and Community Agency till 2. Eau Claire residents, you can vote at City Hall till 4. Governor Tony Evers says his administration will help recently fired federal workers find new jobs here in Wisconsin. He announced the creation of a portal connecting fired federal workers with available work. Wisconsin joined a multi-state lawsuit earlier this month claiming the Trump administration's federal firings were illegal. Former Governor Scott Walker is in western Wisconsin today, joining Judge Brad Schimmel right now in La Crosse for his Save Wisconsin bus tour campaign. The pair started with a business tour in Eau Claire earlier this morning. There you see the bus. Schimmel continues alone to Marquette County for a meet and greet at 2:30 this afternoon. Schimmel, of course, is facing Susan Crawford in the Wisconsin Supreme Court race April 1st, which will determine control of the court. Habitat for Humanity wants to help you stay warm and save some cash. Tonight at the La Crosse Library, experts will share energy assistance and home repair programs. The free expo runs from 4 to 6:30 with panel discussions on home repairs and energy efficiency. Homeowners can learn ways to cut energy bills and tackle home improvements.
All right, we began today with cloudy skies, and we also have this rainfall you could see kind of slipping through the area. It was light. Most of it brought maybe just a couple of hundredths of an inch, maybe up to about 1.5 inches, I should say, or at least hundredths of an inch into the forecast. Now that's been gone now for quite some time. But we're holding on to beautiful skies as the clouds have opened up for us. We're holding on to partly cloudy skies today to at least mostly sunny as you go farther north. It's a view of Eau Claire, that's on Alaska right now, holding on to some conditions that are pretty nice there. Up in Eau Claire, though, that's a beautiful new view we've got, and more of those skies are opening up as well there. Showers possibly coming back again tonight, as well as possible thunderstorm activity, not out of the question. We'll have above seasonal average temperatures warming us up into the 80s and some 70s possibly as we get into tomorrow. Now, as we take a look real quick, holding on to today, you can see the sunshine coming through this afternoon and into the evening hours. We'll also find ourselves doing the same up in Eau Claire as well. Plenty of temperatures in the 50s and some 60s today. We'll also wind up going into high temperatures for the day. As you can see, 52 to say about 61 to 62, maybe even 63 degrees here locally. We bumped up our temperatures here. As we go into the next few days, though, away we go with mild and partly cloudy skies today. That brief warm up as we get into Friday, and that'll carry us over into more rain and storms carrying into the overnight into Saturday, and the possibility of this weekend rain to be a lot of snow, rain, and a mix of rain and snow in the forecast. More about that coming up for you in just a bit.
All right, Art, thank you. The Tomah VA Medical Center honored Vietnam veterans this morning. The event included a special commemoration pinning ceremony for those who served during the Vietnam War. Veterans and visitors found educational booths about VA services, health care, enrollment, and community resources.
During the ceremony, we're able to pin our Vietnam veterans with a lapel pin, and also able to thank them for their service and welcome them home.
National Vietnam Veterans Day is officially observed this Saturday, March 29th. President Trump is defending his defense secretary in the wake of continued fallout from the use of a non-government approved messaging app to discuss a military operation. Natalie Brand has the latest update from the White House.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth arrived in the Philippines Thursday morning as a growing number of Democrats call for his resignation.
He should be fired.
Nobody's texting war plans.
Speaking Wednesday, the defense secretary continued to deny disclosing classified information, despite The Atlantic posting new details about what Hegseth shared in a group chat on Signal, a non-government approved messaging app, including the exact timing and equipment to be used to strike on Houthi rebels.
There's no units, no locations, no routes, no flight paths, no sources, no methods, no classified information.
I think it's a witch hunt.
President Trump is still standing by his national security team and defending Secretary Hegseth.
Hegseth is doing a great job. He had nothing to do with this.
But the president says he'll ask Hegseth to review whether the contents of the Signal chat should have been classified.
Today, the top Republican and Democrat on the Senate Armed Services Committee sent a letter to the acting Inspector General of the Department of Defense asking for an inquiry into the incident.
We have never denied that this was a mistake. We have said we are making changes. We are looking into the matter to ensure it can never happen again.
The White House has not ruled out the possibility that someone could be fired over the incident. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, the White House.
Still to come, how Trump's new auto tariffs will impact car prices and why Dollar Tree is selling its fellow discount brand. We'll have those details after the break.
This Thursday, one day only, earn a 30-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $60. That's a 30-cent fuel saver for every $60 you spend in-store and online. Thursday only, and only at Hy-Vee.
Voters deserve to know what our records are.
Susan Crawford's record? Disturbing and dangerous. A 7-year-old girl sexually assaulted. The attacker faced 100 years. Crawford let him off with only 4.
I don't regret that sentence.
A 5-year-old violated. The predator should have rotted in prison. He got out in just 2 years. She protected them, not us.
I don't regret that sentence. I am proud of the work that I've done.
Susan Crawford, putting criminals over your kids.
We are all here to support one another.
Hi, I'm Greg.
Hi, Greg.
I bought our vacuum at a box store. I was shopping for groceries and I came out with a vacuum.
I did the same. I was shopping for clothes.
Candles.
Kitty litter.
Hey group, we're not here to judge. We all made the same mistake before deciding to go to A1 Vacuum to make the right purchase. I'm sorry.
A1
Kitty litter.
Our business is picking up.
Get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy.
The biggest thing I want to get across to people, whether it's via email or voicemail or text, is we are a local Wisconsin family-owned turnkey solar company.
We have project managers that will walk you through the process, keep you informed along the way, and make sure that the communication is the best that it can be.
All the financial benefits are awesome. And then on top of that, it's green energy. How can you lose?
Breaking news tonight, President Donald Trump is officially weighing in. Trump has endorsed Brad Schimmel in the race for Wisconsin Supreme Court. Trump called the election, quote, very important.
And Trump's right.
If we elect Susan Crawford to the Supreme Court, none of the good that he's trying to do nationally will trickle down to Wisconsin. I think the stakes have never been higher.
That's Trump's message to Wisconsin. This election is so important. Please get out and vote for Wisconsin's Brad Schimmel.
This Thursday, one day only, earn a 30-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $60. That's a 30-cent fuel saver for every $60 you spend in-store and online. Thursday only, and only at Hy-Vee.
Welcome back. In your consumer news, President Trump is moving forward with new tariffs on automobile imports, and two big discount retailers are splitting up. CBS News' Jesse Mitchell has the latest business news headlines.
President Donald Trump announced a new 25% tariff on all imported cars and light trucks starting April 2nd. White House says the move could raise billions of dollars in revenue and push car makers to move operations to the U.S. A study from the Anderson Economic Group says the new tariffs could raise the price of a new car by more than $12,000. Dollar Tree says it's selling fellow discount brand Family Dollar to two private equity firms for $1 billion. Dollar Tree originally bought its rival discount retailer for more than $8 billion over a decade ago. The move comes as Americans continue to tighten spending due to inflation and trade concerns. Increases in shoplifting and bad headlines in recent years also hurt Family Dollar's bottom line. And a childhood treat is getting more indulgent. Rice Krispies Treats Bliss Bars are launching in two new sweet and salty flavors, chocolate sea salt pretzel and caramel sea salt pretzel. The new snacks will hit store shelves next month.
Yum. Coming up for us, how many teenagers are setting themselves up for heart problems later in life and some ways to prevent it. After the break. First, we'll take a live look at what's happening right now on Wall Street. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
This is the story about a little empathy. No matter where little empathy looked, it just couldn't find its place in the world. Which was sad, because it had so much to give. Then one day, little empathy made a friend. And the friend took it somewhere it would always be useful and appreciated. Welcome to a place where healthcare is all about caring. Amplify Health. A little empathy changes everything.
If you want them to be safe, don't vote for him. When this man sexually assaulted a 10-year-old girl, Brad Schimmel let him off easy, calling it a one-time thing. When this man was caught with child porn, Schimmel gave him a plea deal after the man's lawyer gave Schimmel $5 grand. And when this man sexually assaulted two underage girls, Schimmel blamed the girls. Brad Schimmel won't protect your kids, but you can with your vote.
We're an implant-focused practice. I think the advantage of a father-daughter practice is, I've been at this for 30 years now. I learned things that worked well and things that didn't work so well.
And it was fun to be able to just jump in and kind of complement that. I feel like it made both of us stronger.
You don't expect it when you walk into a dental office. You don't expect the family aspect, but when you walk into our doors, we're going to give you that.
If you think you have a full mouth of challenges, come see us. Come down for a free consultation.
Find happiness. Find something familiar and new. Find connection. Find culture. Find community. Find yourself at the La Crosse Symphony.
Get your tickets now for Spring Pops, Brubeck, Bernstein, and the Beatles, March 29th. Sponsored by Alex and Jackie Vaver at lacrossesymphony.org.
Living alone is linked to significantly higher rates of depression, anxiety, and suicide. A study published in JAMA found the groups at the highest risk are men and people between the ages of 40 and 64. The findings underscore how social isolation can have serious harm on our mental health. Many teenagers could already be setting themselves up for heart problems later in life. A study by the American Heart Association found the time between age 18 and one's mid-20s are crucial to heart health. Many teenagers are developing obesity, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and type 2 diabetes, and it's important to address those risk factors at a young age. People with a college education face steeper mental decline after a stroke. A study by the University of Michigan shows people with higher levels of education lost more functioning skills like memory, problem solving, and doing everyday tasks compared to people with only a high school degree. The reasons for the disparity are not clear. As we head to break, we'll take a live look at CityCam 8. Art is in next with a look at our forecast.
Welcome to Hazel and Lola's Kitchen Boutique. Whether you're a gourmet cook or an aspiring foodie, we have something for your style and taste. See our selection of gourmet cookware, bakeware, and appliances. Hazel and Lola's Kitchen Boutique. Stop in today and tell them Peyton sent you.
Stella Jones Corporation in Bangor has immediate openings and wants you to apply. They say this job takes grit, attention to detail, and ability to work as a team. Stella Jones Corporation is where safety matters and wages sustain a comfortable living. If you have what it takes and can stand behind our railroads, then we want you to apply today.
A criminal illegal gang member abused a child here in Wisconsin. Now, President Trump's fighting back, but a liberal judge ordered deportation flights to be turned around. We don't need another liberal judge. We need Brad Schimmel, a judge and prosecutor backed by law enforcement. Schimmel protected victims and safeguarded kids. Tough on crime, unwavering in justice. Vote Brad Schimmel on April 1st. Fair Courts America is responsible for the content of this advertising.
At Spectrum, we believe every day unlocks unlimited possibilities to bring you closer to the people and places you love. Spectrum transforms your gaming experience into a galaxy of adventures. And with the fastest, most reliable internet, you're always front row to the entertainment you love, no matter where you are. Get Spectrum Internet Premier for $30 per month when bundled plus a 3-year price guarantee. Call 1-833-440-0029. Spectrum Internet puts streaming live TV, sports, and popular apps all at your fingertips.
What will you find at Hazel and Lola's Kitchen Boutique? Everything you need and more. See our selection of Polish pottery, cookware, olive oils and vinegar, and our gadget wall. Hazel and Lola's Kitchen Boutique, located inside Wesco and Sparta. Tell them Peyton sent you.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
News 8 Now Sports.
All right, well, welcome back and good afternoon to you. Here we go. Showers potentially as we get into tonight and overnight. We could see a thunderstorm or two work in the forecast. We're also seeing temperatures today to be seasonable, mostly 50s and 60s with warmer conditions coming in for tomorrow, where we'll see some 70s and 80s right back into the picture. We take a look here as we go right through the 4 o'clock hour. Temperatures will be ranging from at least 54, you can see 52 down to the south as well. In between all of that, you're seeing temperatures widespread in the 50s. Then we'll hold on to, again, holding on to some cloud cover that is still sticking around. As you can see, as we go into the 9 o'clock hour, increasing the clouds as we go. This is going to usher in some rainfall that's coming in from another system that's developing from our south and continues to move into the forecast area as we go right up and down with this system continue to track up to the north and eventually scooting on over to the east. Now that also starts to bring in a little bit of light snow in the forecast. You can see it all the way up to the north there. This would show you a little bit more right now. It's still a bit of a way. So as we get into the night, Greg will have a better view of this shaping up for you. Then another batch comes in by the 3 o'clock hour, pushing right through our region again, and then ticking out to the northeast with more rain and snow up to the north, where we could see possibly ice associated with that as well. Then we carry over to the evening overnight with more of this rainfall coming in with another batch now coming in from the northwest. This will bring in rainfall across the Mississippi. It'll bring in another batch of rain, snow, and ice mix up to the north, and eventually as this continues to stream southward and southeastward eastward, well, this snow will turn into a little bit more extra, again, rainfall, turning into a mix of rain and snow, getting to areas right by Eau Claire as well as into areas by Ladysmith and down to Wausau. High pressure is building. It's been tracking from west to east across the area, bringing in more warmth as we continue on. That'll add into our warmth as well, getting into Friday, where temperatures, as I mentioned, will be up in the 70s and 80s for our warmest conditions. We could even possibly break a record or so as well, as we're looking at temperatures around, say, 81 degrees now. We'll hold on to, again, with the colder air coming in as we leave the weekend going into next week, or I should say for the weekend, going through the week of next week, getting into all that extra rainfall on the way. Highs for Thursday today, we're looking at temperatures in the 50s and the 60s, as I mentioned before. We'll hold on to the highs for Friday. Look at this, 54, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s mixed in there, mostly low 80s possibly. And as we get into La Crosse, you're looking at 81. That would be a record that will beat back from 1986, I believe. That was, again, about 80 degrees, so we'll be well above that. And of course, we'll also see as we get into it, the long-range forecast showing you that rainfall coming in over for the weekend, as I mentioned, the rain-snow mix with ice associated with that as well. Sleet could be a part of that, getting into more of that continuing in as we go through Saturday. That mix of rain and snow drops into Eau Claire as well as into La Crosse as we go deeper into Sunday. That could also usher in a thunderstorm or two working underneath us and then continuing out to the east and out of the area. We'll get into it as we go into Monday with more rain and snow coming back again as we go into Monday night. Into Tuesday, we'll see that come back again at night and carry over into Wednesday. So man, oh man, it is something else for all this weather that we are having with all this rainfall possibly. So as we get into it, we've got the rain and snow coming in for your weekend after a day of warming on Friday. Temperatures go from 81 down to at least the middle 50s. We'll see conditions to remain cold as we go right, or at least below seasonal average as we go through midweek. And then you'll see temperatures slowly but surely ticking back up. Now this rainfall will continue possibly into Thursday and Friday coming up for next week.
All right, you're forecasting pretty much every season in a week, huh? You've got your work cut out for you. Right. All right, Art, thank you. Still to come, why this coin collection is expected to sell for millions and how it was recovered after being buried for nearly half a century.
You wouldn't buy the first vehicle you saw.
Trust me, it's perfectly safe.
I'll take it. So don't hire the first personal injury lawyer you call.
Trust me.
Where do I sign? Object to anything less than the best. Call BGR.
How corrupt is Brad Schimmel? Let's count the ways. 1. Schimmel gave a plea deal to a man caught with child porn after the man's lawyer gave his campaign thousands of dollars. 2. Schimmel let 6,000 rape kits sit untested for years, then lied about it. 3. Schimmel took thousands in campaign contributions from opioid makers, then refused to go after them when opioid deaths spiked. That's Brad Schimmel, and he's way too corrupt for the Supreme Court.
If your home is looking drab, trade it in. Trade it in. The furniture's old and yucky, trade it in. Trade it in. If you're seeking a solution, then King's your resolution. If you're tired of your look, then trade it in. Trade it in.
At King's Trade-In Sale, trade in your old recliner for $50 towards a new one. Trade in your old sofa for $100. Trade in your old mattress for $75. Plus get free delivery and 12 months no interest payments at the King Furniture Trade-In Sale.
Breaking news tonight, President Donald Trump is officially weighing in. Trump has endorsed Brad Schimmel in the race for Wisconsin Supreme Court. Trump called the election, quote, very important, and Trump's right.
If we elect Susan Crawford to the Supreme Court, none of the good that he's trying to do nationally will trickle down to Wisconsin. I think the stakes have never been higher.
That's Trump's message to Wisconsin. This election is so important. Please get out and vote for Wisconsin's Brad Schimmel.
Hiring the wrong personal injury attorney can cost you a lot. Researching personal injury attorneys costs you nothing. We're confident that your research will lead you to buy Goff and Rohde. BGR, object to anything less than the best.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Welcome back. A vast coin collection is expected to fetch upwards of $100 million at auction. The collection features coins from more than 100 territories around the world. The original collector traveled around the globe in the 1930s before settling in Europe. To keep the coins out of the hands of Nazis, he packed the coins into cigar and aluminum boxes and buried them underground, where they remained for 50 years. Art is back with the final weather check when we come back.
This Thursday, one day only, earn a 30-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $60. That's a 30-cent fuel saver for every $60 you spend in-store and online. Thursday only, and only at Hy-Vee.
Tax refund season is here, and Wesco and Sparta is making it more fun than ever. Dreaming of a brand new sectional or that comfy bed you've been eyeing? Now's the time to treat yourself. Save 20% all month long on furniture and bedding, just in time to make your home the talk of the group chat. Have fun with your tax refund and make your space shine with Wesco and Sparta. Your home, your style, your savings, your Wesco. Tell them Peyton sent you.
Voters deserve to know what our records are.
Susan Crawford's record? Disturbing and dangerous. A 7-year-old girl sexually assaulted. The attacker faced 100 years. Crawford let him off with only 4.
I don't regret that sentence.
A 5-year-old violated. The predator should have rotted in prison. He got out in just 2 years. She protected them, not us.
I don't regret that sentence. I am proud of the work that I've done.
Susan Crawford, putting criminals over your kids.
Get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy.
The biggest thing I want to get across to people, whether it's via email or voicemail or text, is we are a local Wisconsin family-owned turnkey solar company.
We have project managers that will walk you through the process, keep you informed along the way, and make sure that the communication is the best that it can be.
All the financial benefits are awesome. And then on top of that, it's green energy. How can you lose?
This Thursday, one day only, earn a 30-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $60. That's a 30-cent fuel saver for every $60 you spend in-store and online. Thursday only, and only at Hy-Vee.
First warn weather on News 8 Now.
Yeah, we can see the possibility of more rain and snow coming in for our Saturday leading into Sunday with a mix of rain and snow possibly. I would suspect we could possibly see about 2 to possibly 8 inches of snow to finish out your weekend, going into more of that rain and snow coming in for Monday and Tuesday as well. So we'll tack on a little couple of extra inches more for you.
Starting the weekend in the 80s and ending the weekend in snow. That is crazy.
Like Colorado or something, right?
Welcome to the Midwest. All right, thank you. Thank you for joining us. We will see you back here tonight.